away from that Ohio State game? I mean, do you try and draw positives, or is it just all negative?
No, it's easy to take a lot from, because there's a lot of mistakes, and you evaluate yourself. It's a barometer and gauge your talent and your performance against the best team in our conference right now by record and the way they're playing. And obviously we got a big gap we got to close, and we got to play faster, and we got to play bigger, we got to play stronger, but mainly reacting and playing fast, because you can defend that offense, but you can't make a decision and think you might have to go somewhere. You better go right now. Yeah. So we got out leverage and didn't adjust to some motions and some shifts, and and there were some gashes.
Braxton's obviously a very good player, but did you make it easy on him at times by not?
Yeah,
not jostling him, not getting him off balance?
It was routes on air, a couple times, and with some eye violations, and some of those routes, everybody thinks it's the secondary's fault. At some point, you got to beat a guy one-on-one and affect the quarterback. And when you're a linebacker or the jack linebacker, and you're supposed to not let the tight end release, that'll help. That'll help the secondary. So we got a lot of things to work on. We take a lot from that game, a lot of negative, but overall we got to move forward.
That tight end just came free off the line. Sometimes, especially early, didn't get hit, bumped, anything, or thrown off. Yeah, free. That was the biggest issue with that.
Well,
one of them.
Disrupt the release is, a big objective, and we didn't do it. Yeah. We got to get better at that. You got to jam receivers, especially tight ends. You can't let them run free, because it's an easy throw for the quarterback. Right, and the guy's right in front of him, and they're usually big. Can't miss those guys.
Is it frustrating that you had some progress? It seemed like the couple games before that, and then maybe a step back here. Is it frustrating, or is it just?
I'd say we made a decision in the open week at Nebraska to get, like we've talked about, to get the guys on the field that we needed to get some work, and scheme wise, and the things we adjusted there, and really we were we did some things that we could build on at the Nebraska game, and then we had a good game against Michigan State. But we didn't build on that. The one thing about college football is you have to be able to go back and forth, from, I call it jaw pad football to the spread. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to do it. If you can't, you can't play. So we have to adjust better.
Daryl's remained very upbeat, very positive through all this. I mean, does that go for the same as you as well? And I mean, how do you as a staff, keep positive, keep going here through these struggles?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, believe me. I'm going to stay positive, and I'm going to bounce around and have fun and enjoy it. I got one of the best jobs in the world, and you better buy season tickets now, because when we're pushing people around, you'll wish you did.
What kind of an influence does Daryl have on the rest of the team, and obviously on you as a staff, as far as keeping everybody upbeat, keeping everybody ready to work every week?
He's very, very even-keeled, very focused, and you know what to expect. It's not up and down. He's very positive. He's very determined, and the way he carries himself and the way he goes about his business is infectious. It's easy to rub off on you. You want to act that way in your life, and you want to be positive, and the maturity of being able to handle drastic situations and to come out to keep the rest of the guys up. That's a great characteristic and trait, and I'm learning a lot from it. My first instinct is usually to blow up, so it's helping me a lot.
Iowa doesn't do anything real exotic, right? But what they do pretty well.
It's exotic if you're in Iowa, because it's they do what they do, and they pass the playbook to coaches if they come in and out, and they say, here's what we do, and here's how we do it, and here's how hard we do it, and how tough we're going to be, and there's a reason he's been in that position as the head coach, Coach Ferentz, as long as he has, because their plan has stayed in place, and they've weathered the storm a few times, mm-hmm. and stuck to their guns, and that's same thing we're doing. We're going to get this thing right, and we're going to play some football that people are going to want to come watch.
Who do you have to watch out for from their personnel point of view?
Those guys in that three-point stance. First of all, the offensive line. They're with Coach Ferentz being a great offensive line coach that he was and still is, and his hands are all over the way they play, and they're really good up front. They've really, got a group of tight ends that are all over the place. And when as you know, when they can run routes and flex out, it creates, problems and matchup problems. And they have and Iowa always has skill where you go, where'd these guys come from? and they have a big back that you better wrap up on. So it's typical. I've seen it for, the 12 or 13 years they've been doing this. So it'll be fun to match up against, and it's Big Ten football. It's a little throwback, so it'll be fun.